The Assassins are coming to the Sky Island, and I've got everything that you need to know about the new collab right here in episode 211 of the Fuse News Week in Review. Like I said at the top of the show, Assassin's Creed is coming to Summoner's War, and that collab starts on February 28th, so you don't even have to wait that long. Because if everything goes properly, today is the 24th? The collab is going to continue all the way through May 1st, and after that, the collaboration monsters are going to be replaced by Summoner's War originals, just like in collabs past. And just to be clear, when I say they're going to be replaced, I mean they're going to be replaced in the summoning pool. So if you get Fire Ezio during the collaboration, you'll always have Fire Ezio, you just won't be able to summon him after the collaboration's over. Now, speaking of Fire Ezio, he and a few other of the Assassins were revealed in a recent dev note that released on Wednesday. And there's some pretty dope stuff in there. Ezio in particular has a skill that lets him ignore defense based on how much HP his target is already missing. He also has a second skill that applies defense break and does attack bar reduction. And as we all know, post-Shayna, they are very careful with who they give that combination of effects to. They also showed off Altair, who is our light nat 5 that we're all going to be getting for participating in the event that comes with the collaboration. That's right, you get an LD nat 5. And I think the theming for him is perfect. Ignoring damage reduction effects on a first skill is perfect for an assassin. I also like the way that they implemented the pseudo stealth mechanic on his third skill. You get rewarded for not being noticed or attacked in game. But the unit that's got me the most excited right now is actually Wind Ivor. She has a really cool skill that makes it look like she could function as either a redundant effect for Tatu on the Dot team or a replacement in certain situations. And if you'd like to go further into a deep dive about these monsters, then I recommend you scope out the VOD from my stream with Once in Love on Wednesday. We go into specifics about each monster and theorize about how they could be built once they're ultimately released. But the monsters isn't everything that was talked about during the dev note. In fact, the event dungeon is particularly really cool. It's something that I've been wanting in Summoner's War for a really long time, selfishly, because roguelikes are like my favorite genre. This time when you go into the event dungeon, you're gonna get to choose your path. And as you clear stages, you'll get buffs for your team that last through the run. For instance, you'll be able to passively increase the entire team's defense by 20%. You'll be able to get certain number of turns of immunity, increase attack power, etc. There's so many of these effects, and a few of them were previewed in that dev note. What else is cool is that at the start, you'll get to choose one of the assassins from the collaboration to join your team. They'll already be 6-star max level, so they'll be able to participate, and they'll have runes on them. Granted, you'll only be able to use them for that run of the event dungeon, but it's still really cool if you want to try them out and see how they work with your team. But there's an element of danger here. If you lose any of your monsters at the end of the run, then that means they are done. You cannot bring them until the event dungeon resets at the end of the week. And that risk reward thing is exactly what I need out of my roguelike. So personally speaking, I hope this event dungeon comes back in the future, but that's just me. And then at the end, you'll fight Big Daddy Templar, who's a great boss. If you want to read the dev note for yourself, I'm gonna tell future Evan to put it in the description. And the last way that you can absorb information about the upcoming collaboration is through the development story that was posted on our YouTube channel earlier this week. We've seen a couple of these on the channel in the past. It goes through how the Assassin's Creed collab came to be, how the monsters were designed, how their skills were adapted from the source material, and more. It's a great watch, and if you want to see it, I'm gonna have it linked at the end. And because this is my last opportunity to do so, I want to make sure that I remind you guys that if you haven't signed up for TOA Vancouver as part of the Tour of America's 2023, you should definitely do that. I'm gonna be there, and it's next weekend. So by the time that I tell you to do it again, it's gonna be too late. That's happening March 4th in Vancouver, Canada, and it's one of the few times that we've gotten a meetup that also overlaps with a collaboration. So that lends itself to some fun opportunities to do some cool themed Assassin's Creed stuff. But I'm not gonna spoil all that here. Instead, I'm just gonna tell you to go and check out the link in the description. For the video of the week, Bagel posted a ridiculous team that he was using as an arena offense that involved the Fire Sylphid and 3 water robos. You can find that one down in the description as well, and it really is a fun watch. So thank you for that, Bagel. Rest in peace to all those Rainbow Mon. There's that video that I talked about during the episode, and it's Friday, my dude, so make sure to pick up your 5-star Rainbow Mon and Devilmon if for some reason you haven't already. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you right back here next time for an episode 212, I think.